On September the 8th, 2022, Graham Potter was sworn in as Chelsea manager. That followed the fraught dismissal of Thomas Tuchel, a decision taken so swiftly by Todd Boehly in ClearLake capital it left the German stunned. He had lasted just 7 games under the new owners, suggesting that the brutal Abramovich approach to hiring and firing still lurked at Stamford Bridge. That said, Potter was handed a 5-year contract, and Boehly spoke of his excitement at working with his new manager, saying he is a proven coach and an innovator in the Premier League who fits our vision for the club. He has skills and capabilities that extend beyond the pitch, which will make Chelsea more successful. Potter earned this glowing endorsement thanks to his work with Brighton, who he transformed into a free-flowing Premier League regular on a budget. But the Chelsea job is a huge step up from his time in Sweden, Swansea and the Seagulls. And over 100 days since he arrived in West London, not everyone is convinced he is up to task. So are some of Chelsea's fans right to be concerned with Graham Potter after just 4 months in the job? In this Football Daily Explained, we're taking a look at his work so far. Potter's reign at Chelsea couldn't have started any better. His first month delivered 3 straight wins in the Premier League over Crystal Palace, Wolves and Aston Villa, plus a draw of Red Bull Salzburg and back-to-back victories over AC Milan in the Champions League. Across these 6 games, the team found the net 13 times with 10 different goal scorers. That included 3 for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, someone signed specifically for Thomas Tuchel, and a double for Mason Mount. In fact, Mount looked reborn with the Englishman on the touchline. Not only did he score twice, he posted 3 assists too, having not managed a single goal involvement under Tuchel this term. To get the best out of Mount, Potter deployed the 23-year-old as a number 8, allowing him to time his runs from deep. This was an option rarely afforded to Mount under Tuchel, and he was quick to praise his new coach, telling Football London that the biggest change was, quote, feeling free and being able to move and make the box and score goals. 2 more draws followed against Brentford and Manchester United. It meant after Potter's first 5 league matches, no side had conceded fewer than their 2, while only Newcastle, Arsenal and Manchester City had claimed more points. However, Potter's honeymoon period has reached an abrupt dead end. First came a 4-1 humbling at Brighton before defeats to Newcastle and Arsenal and a League Cup loss against Manchester City. A 2-0 victory over Bournemouth was then quickly undone with a lacklustre 1-1 draw against Nottingham Forest. After the game, Potter admitted his side's performance was not good enough, and following a further defeat to Manchester City, his record now stands at played 17, won 8, drawn 4 but lost 5. The result is Chelsea find themselves 10th on 25 points at the time of recording, 19 behind leaders Arsenal. They may have a game in hand on the teams ahead of them, but 1 win from their last 8 doesn't suggest they can reel in their competitors, particularly away from home where they haven't won since the 16th of October. The goals are no longer flowing either. In the defeats to Newcastle and Arsenal, Chelsea failed to score, took 10 shots and generated less than 0.7 expected goals in total. Even against Nottingham Forest, the Blues were outshot 12-7 times and could only generate 2 efforts on target, despite boasting 72.3% possession in the match. So why aren't the 2 times Champions League winners living up to expectations under Potter? Part of the issue lies in the absence of many key players, the first being Reece James. Clearly, Chelsea are suffering without their first choice right wing back. The England international played every minute of Potter's first 4 games, including a man of the match display at home to AC Milan. He scored and assisted against the Rossoneri, completed 2 dribbles and 3 tackles in a performance that showed why he is so crucial to the side at both ends of the pitch. In attack, James is arguably Chelsea's most reliable creator. Last season, he ranked first in Tuchel's squad for key passes per 90 and 4th for shot creating actions, that being passes, dribbles or fouls drawn that directly led to a shot. And this term, the West Londoners averaged 1.75 goals per league game with the 23-year-old on the pitch. But disaster struck when he sustained a knee injury against Milan in mid-October. It also shattered his nailed-on spot in England's World Cup squad. And Chelsea are paying the price. In his absence, their goals per league game have fallen to 0.75, while their points per game have drastically reduced from 2.4 to 0.8. Without James, Potter has experimented with Raheem Sterling at right wing back or turned to the trusted Cesar Azpilicueta in a back 4. Yet neither have the rounded skill set that James brings to the role, with his pace essential in covering the aging pair of Thiago Silva and Kalidou Koulibaly. For all his years of good service, Azpilicueta is now a downgrade on James, yet to register a single goal involvement this term and producing less tackles and interceptions than the Englishman. James was rushed back for the victory over Bournemouth, but this proved to be a mistake, the defender withdrawn after 50 minutes and Potter admitting his return came too soon. Ben Chilwell has also been sorely missed on the other flank, particularly in tandem with James. Chelsea have won 82% of their matches when both the English fullbacks have started since the beginning of the 2021-22 campaign and only lost once. But both have missed large swathes of matches in that period. Chilwell absent for 59% of the time. The Blues tried to remedy that in the summer by splashing £60 million on Brighton's Marc Cucurella. However, the Spaniard has endured a mixed time so far in West London. 2 league assists is actually more than he managed last season, although his key passes into the penalty area and dribbles per 90 have all nearly halved. This isn't helped by Potter regularly deploying Cucurella as a left-sided centre-half, but he might find his minutes squeezed once Chilwell and other established defenders return to full fitness. N'Golo Kante has also failed to feature this term thanks to his own battles with injury. It's no secret how important the Frenchman is to the Blues midfield, able to sweep up the space in behind either Jorginho or Mateo Kovacic, both players who have been below par at club level. And this leads to the final issue facing Potter, the lack of reliable figures in his squad, be it fitness or in attitude. Sterling has blown hot and cold under his new manager, contributing 3 goals and 2 assists, while Kai Havertz hasn't performed much better either, also offering up 5 goal involvements in his last 15 games. And for all their heroics at the World Cup, Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech continue to underperform for Chelsea when given a chance. It has left Potter with little option but to continue deploying the same struggling attack, with Havertz, Sterling and Mount only topped by Thiago Silva for minutes on the pitch. That's not to say Potter isn't at fault. As coach, he is the one charged with getting the best out of his undoubtedly talented squad. 13 sides are producing more expected goals per 90 than Chelsea in the league at current, and he's still yet to nail down a set formation. But according to Miguel Delaney of The Independent, the club's owners are refusing to be fazed by the recent spate of bad results. He writes, "The view is that the manager has been hamstrung by the fact he is working over a squad built to multiple different visions and managers," adding he deserves the space and time to work with a group who much better fit the club's new football idea. That could start in the January window, where the club are expected to spend big again. Monaco centre-half Benoit Badiashile has arrived for €38 million, while Shakhtar's Mykhailo Mudryk and Benfica's Enzo Fernandez are also rumoured targets. There could be plenty of outgoings too, as the squad is shaken up. Potter's long-term position also sounds secure. During the World Cup, he met with the club's co-owner Behdad Eghbali in California, after which he declared he was even more aware of the support he had now than when he took the job 3 months ago. And last month, Marc Cucurella urged the hysteria surrounding Potter to calm down, highlighting how he didn't enjoy success overnight at Brighton either. "We need to work to understand his ideas and the results will arrive," he told media. "The second part of the season, I am excited for." It may not have been the easiest 100 days in the life of Graham Potter, but evidently there have been plenty of factors working against him. We think we should just wait and see what he can do once he has a fully fit squad with players of his choice. The owners certainly look willing to afford him that chance. So that was our look at the first 100 days of Graham Potter's time at Chelsea. But Blues fans, we want to hear from you. Are you happy with Potter on the touchline or not? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, subscribe to Football Daily, like this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.